everybody. Welcome to Jennifer's Open Book, where we don't believe in filters. Thank you so much for joining me. I've been away from you guys for a while. I missed you. I was gone. I want to thank you all for all of your love, all of the comments, the crazy conversations. Thank you so much. Today's topic is going to be on a phrase that I adopted for myself. The phrase is "the hell I can't," and I'm going to get into that. Before I get into it, I want you guys to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Hit the like button, share the video with your friends, leave me comments. If you want to leave comments or questions or anything anonymously, you can find me on Facebook under Jennifer Jennelle, JINNERFER, JINNELLE, and I will definitely get to you. I love talking to you guys. You guys are really fun. So, the hell I can't is a phrase that I adopted for myself. It was for myself because we are our worst critics, I want to say. So sometimes I can discourage myself. And when I get discouraged, I have to look at myself and say, like, if there's something that I feel like is going to be too difficult, and I might feel like I can't do it, I have to look at myself internally and say, the hell I can't. I bet you I can. And I bet you I'm going to do it. And it's to prove to myself that I can do something. I don't feel the need to prove anything to anyone else but myself. I'm not here for everyone else. I'm here for me. And I need to do things for me. So for those of you who don't know, if you're new to this channel and you don't know me, I am blind. And my videos are not only for blind people and visually impaired people. That's my target audience. I like to encourage you all to be the best you that you can be. But I'm speaking to everyone when I say these things, because I really didn't grow up around visually impaired people and blind people. I went to school and there were blind people in my school, but we didn't like hang out all the time. We didn't hang out after school because we lived on different sides of towns, or, it was a couple of people that I hung around, but not very many. So, but I see a lot in the sighted world. I see a lot of people who are discouraged by life. They're actually fearful to go live their lives. And sometimes I'm like, dude, you can see. If I can see, I get up and go and do all kinds of craziness with no problem, which is probably why I'm blind. I always say that God looked at me and said, I gotta put some brakes on that girl, because I would probably be like all over the place. But I will say this, there are very few, as a matter of fact, I don't think that there's anything that I can't do. When I was a little girl, my parents and my grandparents told me that I can do anything that I wanted to as long as I put my mind to it. And that's something that people tell their children. I took it to heart. I don't know how many people grew up honestly taking that to heart. They may have when they were younger, but sometimes we grow out of those things. Like, kind of like that's something like Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy to some people, but it's something that stuck with me throughout my life. And there were times where I was discouraged, and there were times where I was afraid to do things, and I didn't do them. And I probably either went back and did it or just regretted that I let that chance pass me by. I would not encourage anyone to allow fear. Don't allow fear to dictate your life. Don't allow someone else's fear to dictate your life, and don't allow your own fear to dictate your life. Now, there is a difference between being fearful and being smart. So I'm not telling you to go and jump off of a bridge, okay? That's just nuts, okay? But go and live your life. Life in general is scary. And it's really scary when you're living life in the dark. But you can't let that hold you back from living your life. When I was in elementary school, a counselor came to my class and she was talking to us about being blind. She was totally blind. And she was telling us about some of the things that we were going to have to face growing up, not being able to see. And she was encouraging us to go to college and, get careers and have families and things like that. But she said, I hate to tell you all this, but you're never going to be able to drive. And I looked at that lady and I said, I'm going to be able to drive. She said, no, you're not. She said, you're blind. You're not going to be able to drive. I said, my mama told me that I could do anything that I wanted to do if I put my mind to it. And she tapped me on my hand and she said, you're going to understand when you get older. Here's the thing about that. I was a little girl and I didn't realize that I had already embraced this phrase. But I pretty much told that lady, the hell I can't drive. Okay? And to further emphasize this, I've driven 3 times. I've driven, the first time was when I was 12. My uncle let me back out of the driveway and drive around the corner. My father let me drive when I was 16 because I was depressed because I couldn't get my driver's license and everybody else was getting theirs. And I had a crazy boyfriend who let me drive his car down St. Clair. Everybody who lives in Cleveland knows that St. Clair is a very busy street. And he let me drive down St. Clair in the snow. My little sister was in the back seat. She said, I'm never going anywhere with y'all ever again. That's it. I'm not saying that blind people can get in a car and go and drive anywhere we want. The point that I'm making is that that lady told me that I wasn't going to be able to do something. And I found a way to do it. While, yes, it's not safe for me to just go and drive anywhere, and I wouldn't know where I was driving anyway. The point is, I've driven a car, and she wasn't going to tell me that I was not going to be able to drive. People told me that I wasn't going to be able to work, that I wasn't going to be able to raise a child, that I wasn't going to be able to live on my own. People told me these things, and it's because since I'm older now, I know that people don't know any better, and they're not trying to be mean or, they don't know that they're being discouraging. But they are, and that's why I encourage not just blind people to look at these videos, but sighted people need to watch these videos too, so that you can understand these things and so that you can know that we are people. We live normal lives. We live exciting lives. And we do everything that you do. And sometimes some of us do a little bit more than you do. Some of us do a lot, do too much, some of us do. But I have worked. I went to college. I graduated from college for massage therapy. I have lived on my own. I live on my own now. I have a 5-year-old that I'm raising on my own. So no one can tell me what I can't do. I go out on my own. I go to the movies. I like going to the movies. I haven't been in a while, but I like going to the movies. And I will go by myself. I'm not one of those people. A lot of sighted people don't like doing things, like people, period, don't really like doing things like that on their own. I don't have them lined up around the corner, so I'm not going, I haven't, been going out on any dates. So if I want to do anything, I have to do it on my own. So I treat myself. I'll go to the movies. I'll go out to dinner. I'll go to the theater. And I do all of that on my own. There are a lot of things that I want to do that I'm going to do throughout the rest of my life. I want to go ziplining in Niagara Falls. I want to go ziplining in some mountains too. I want to go to Jamaica just because I've always wanted to go to Jamaica. I want to go on a cruise maybe. I keep thinking about skydiving, but I don't know if I'm that crazy. But there are a lot of things that I want to do that I feel like I can do. I'm not afraid to do those things. And when I do feel afraid to do something, I tell myself, if myself is telling myself, you can't do that, I tell myself, the hell I can't. And I do it anyway, because that's what I want to do. Sometimes it's the little things that we're afraid to do. Like just, I was afraid when I first moved into my apartment to walk to my mailbox. My mailbox is like across the parking lot and down the way. It's a nice little walk to the mailbox. And I was afraid to do it on my own. I was shown how to get over there a couple times, but I was still kind of afraid to go over there. And one morning after I put my daughter on the bus, I just decided I was going to walk and go and get the mail. So I walked over to the mailbox and I was like, oh, I made it. Thank you. So, once I left the mailbox, I was walking back towards my building because there are a lot of buildings around here. It's a big complex. And I got lost. I got turned around. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? So I'm a spiritual person. I have a strong prayer life. And everything I do by faith. So I stopped where I was and I prayed. And I took some breaths. And I started walking again. And I ended up back where the mailbox is. Now, once I got there and I got my bearings, I was able to get home. And I did not let that one time discourage me. The next day, I went and took the same walk, and I made it home. So don't be discouraged if you kind of like mess something up. Just kind of, you have to find your bearings. Find a way to find your bearings. Like I said, I'm spiritual, so I pray and I let God lead me. Everybody's not Christian. I am very Christian, okay? And everything that I do is by faith. So I let God lead me and lead the way in my life. And like I said, when I get discouraged and when I get scared, I look at myself and I say, the hell I can't. And if someone tells me that I can't do something, I look at them and I say, the hell I can't. So I want you to adopt that phrase or a phrase, something like that. If someone says, oh, you're not going to be able to do that, you look at them and you tell them, the hell I can't, and you just do it. There are ways of doing everything. You don't have to be stuck in your home all the time. You don't have to be by yourself all the time. You can go out and be around other people. I'm a strong believer in calling ahead. My brother, this is so funny because my brother actually had to tell me to do this. I never thought to call ahead to places that I wanted to go and let them know that I was coming because I didn't think anybody cared. But he explained to me one day, he said, Jen, they want you to come because they want your money. So you call them and you tell them, hey, I'm coming, I'm blind. I need somebody to meet me at the door to get me to where I need to be in this building. And one day I wanted to go and see a play, and everybody that I was asking to go with me was kind of procrastinating. So I called ahead and I said, hey, I'm blind and I need someone to meet me at the door. And someone met me at the door. And they walked me in. They checked on me at intermission and they walked me back out. And it was great. And I felt like that was actually the first time that I actually felt free. And this is something that happened in I'm not going to tell you when it happened, but it was later on in life. I was getting ready to tell you my age, but it was later on in life. And that was the first time that I felt free and that I can actually do this. I can live my life and I don't have to depend on other people to do the things that I want to do. We all need help, whether you're sighted, blind, got gout, handicapped, whatever, old, young. Everybody needs somebody for something. We were created to help each other out. So you're going to need somebody sometimes, but you don't need somebody all the time. Just try it. Try it on your own and embrace that phrase, the hell I can't. If you ever get discouraged, if you feel like, oh, I can't do this, you have to embrace that phrase, the hell I can't. And you go out and you do it. So that's all I have for you today. I want you to be encouraged. Everybody stay safe. Don't live your life in fear. Don't be fearful. Be smart. There's a difference between being brave and being stupid, okay? So everybody live your life, but live your life wisely, please. Be safe. Wash your hands while you're out there. You know, don't touch all on everybody. Since we're blind, we do have to touch and feel everything, especially when we're out in public and we're in an unfamiliar place. Everything has a braille on it now and everything. So we do have to use our hands. So I want to encourage you to keep hand sanitizer on you and make sure that you wash your hands. Keep hand sanitizer and wipes on you, because it's not enough just to sanitize your hands. You need to wipe the germs away too. So everybody stay safe out there. I love you so much. And I said what I said. I meant what I said. I'll holler at you later.
Take picture. Take picture. Take stop. Viewfinder. Stop recording video.